Alrighty, welcome to today's live session where we are going to go through about fractions, questions and answers. So in this thing, we are going to mainly focus or give more preference to grade 10 type of questions. But this will pretty much help anybody who is in grade 11 as well as below ages. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. As long as you know how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of fractions, you know how to get it done. Even if you don't know it, don't worry. I will definitely go through all the fundamentals with you and it will be very helpful for you to catch up whatever which you haven't got during the classes before or during school or whatever it is. Yeah. So my name is Janaka Joseph. I'm an aerospace engineer from RMIT University, and I did my aerospace engineering degrees with honors, and then I started to do full-time tutoring because I was a mentor at RMIT University, and that made me feel, I don't know, made me into the person who I am. Yeah. And I loved teaching ever since. So, yep, today let's anyway go through our lesson. Yep, cool. So, now I have given a very basic question at the very beginning, so it is very easy for us to catch up. Yep. So, we can see here addition and a subtraction. So, when we have fractions, additions, and subtractions, what do? We make, yeah, the first thing we do is we make sure to make, yeah, all denominators, yeah, the same. Yeah. Once we make all the denominators the same, then you can do the addition and the subtraction with numerators. Me personally, I don't like to do fractions when I got mixed numbers. It's mixed number, not a fraction, to be honest. Yeah. Yes, there are moments where using mixed numbers will be very helpful or very easy to get the question or the answer done. But yeah, I just like to make them into improper and then do the question. And if my answer is improper, I will make it into mixed number and write my answer again. Yeah, there's no problem about that. So anyway, let's try to make these two mixed numbers, yeah, into improper first. So how do we make a number into an improper or a mixed number into an improper? Denominator times numerator, add with the denominator times the whole number, add with the numerator. So 4 times 2, that's a 8. 8 plus 3, that's 11. So it will be 11 out of 4, add with 5 out of 6. Then again, 7 times 1 is a 7 plus 5 is a 12. 12 out of 7. And now we need to figure out which value will 4 timetables, 6 timetables and 7 timetables all meet each other. So we can figure out what is the best denominator we can convert them into. The easiest way to work it out for that is finding the lowest common denominator, or in other words, between these denominators, what is the lowest common multiple? Yeah. In case if you don't know how to find the lowest common multiple, this is how we do it. We write down 4, 6, 7. We actually think it from our brain. Yeah. But yeah. Are there any common numbers I can divide all of them with? Not really. So we can divide it by whatever the smallest number you can divide. By 2. That's a 2 here. 3 here. And a 7. Divided by 2 again because there's a 2 here. Now divided by 3. And then divided by 7. Now I got my best denominator. What is it? 7 times by 3, that's a 21, times by 2, 42, times by 2, 84. 84 is the best denominator. So I will make everybody's denominator into 84. Here it's a plus. Oh no, I have mistakenly written plus there. It was a minus actually. And here it's a plus. Now, problem is what? 4 times what is 84? We all know 4 times, yeah, 21. So here multiply by 21. 6 times what is 84? 6 timetables after 60, it's 66, 72, 78, 84, 14. 6 times 14. So up here multiply by 14. 7 times 12. So up here multiply by 12. So 12 times 12 is a 144. 5 times 14 is a 70. Then this is gonna be a 231. 231. And after that, what are we going to do? Do the additions and the subtraction with the numerators we got. 231. Add with a 70. 231 plus a 70. How much is that? That's a 301. That 301 minus 144. Yeah. So one takeaway for can't do it, ask from the neighbor. That's a 0. So you will go and ask from this neighbor. This 3 will become a 2, 1 comes here. That 10 will become a 9, 1 comes here. 11 take away 4, that's a 7. 9 take away 4, that's a 5. 2 take away 1, that's a 1. 157 out of 84. Now, definitely that is an improper fraction. So we will make it back into a mixed number. What is the best mixed number I can make them into? How many 84s can go into 157? Just a 1. Why? Double of 84 is 168. That's way too much. So a 1 whole. Then how much is left out? So once you take a 84 out of here, how much is left? That's a 3 and a 7. 73 out of a 84. So 173 over 84 is your final answer there. Yep, that's how we do this question. So let's move on. Ooh, the next question looks very interesting. We got a denominator of a 4 and a 9 and a 7. Definitely we know 4 timetables and 9 timetables meet each other for the first time at 36. 36 and 7 will meet each other because 7 is a prime number. Yep. 36 and 7. Actually, it will meet each other when it is 36 times 7. So 36 multiplied by 7. How much is that? 7 times 6 is going to be 42. 4 comes here. 7 times 3 is 21. With a 4, 25. 252. The best denominator is 252. So keep that in your mind. That is going to be a what? LCD, lowest common denominator, not the LCD screens, lowest common denominator which we are going to use. Anyway, let's do it. 4 times 7. Actually, let's try to work this out with the yeah, why not? But anyway, let's work it out normally. 4 times 7 is a 28. 28 plus 3, that's a 31 out of a 4 minus. Then we got a 9 times 2, that's a 18. 18 with a 8, 26 out of a 9 minus 7 times 1 is a 7. 7 plus 6, that's a 13 out of a 7. So definitely we know, yeah, 252 means pretty much 4 times 9 times 7. That's what's happening there, easily. So 9 times 7 is a 63, right? So here we will multiply by 63. So up here multiply by 63. Yeah, 9 times what is that value? 4 times 7, 28. So multiply by 28. 7 times it will be a 36. So up here multiply by 36. And all of them will give you the denominator of 2 252, 252. I was just checking whether the multiplication I did was correct. Yeah, it's always good. It's always good to double check your answers. 31 times 63. How much is that gonna be? 63 multiplied by 31. Yeah, this is going to be 3 and a 6, 0 here. That's a 9 and a 18, and that's going to be a 1953. And then 26 times 28. Let me quickly rub this thing a little bit so I will have some space to do my rough work. Yeah. 26 times by 28. This is a 48. 4 comes to the neighbor. 16, 20, 0, 52, and that's a 7 to 8. 7 to 8. And then 13 times by 36. This is going to be a 18. One comes here. 10, 0, 6, 3. 468. And then what we need to do is the easy peasy addition and subtractions. So 1953, we had to take away a 728. Let's do that really quickly. That's going to be a 5 and then 2 and a 12 and then 468. We are going to take away that as well. That's a 7 and a 5 and a 757. 757 out of 252. 252 is very close to 250. So 250 timetables, 757 will be like 750. Yeah, is the 3. 250, 500, 500 and, 250, 500, 750. Now 252, that means 2 more than that. So 252, then 504, then triple of 2 is 6. No? So 756. 756. Third number of 252 timetables is 756. So you will take a 3 holes. So 756 goes out from 757. 1 is left. 1 out of 252. That's the answer there. Alrighty, now we come to off type of questions and brackets as well. As Uncle Mr. BODMAS says, Uncle BODMAS, you have to do brackets first. So we will get this bracket done first. And then all the operations apart from addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, including the word of. The word of is another word which is used for multiplication, but that will get done first after that. So pretty much what we have to do is do the brackets and do the multiplication here. But before anything, what do I always do? Make the mix into improper. Why? Because this is a fraction question, not a mixed number question. Yeah, fractions questions should be done as fractions. That's what I always think. Yep. So 8 times 3, 24 with a 7, 31. Ooh. 31 out of a 8. Of means multiply plus, but keep in your mind that multiplication should get done first as soon as you finish the bracket, but here that's the only thing which is left. Then 3 times 4, that's the 12. 12 with a 2, 14. 14 out of 3. minus 3 times 4, actually 4 times 3, 12 with a 5, 17 out of 4. 3 timetables and 4 timetables we all know will meet each other at 12. So we will multiply here by 4, multiply here by 4, multiply here by 3, multiply here by 3. And that will give you a 31 out of 8 multiplied by this guy, which is going to be 4 times 4 is a 16. 1 comes to the neighbor with a 5. And then here this minus, this is going to be a 21. So 51 and a 12. Then 56 minus 51, that's a 5. So 5 out of 12 here multiplied by 31 out of 8. When we have fraction multiplication, I always tell my students left up, left like this, right like this. So what does that mean? Yeah, it means try to simplify left hand side up and down. Try to simplify left hand side up and down. Can we simplify it? No. 31 is a prime number. You can't simplify it. Then right hand side up and down. Can you simplify 5 and 12? No. Then left towards the right. That means denominator here with the numerator here. Can we simplify? No. Then right towards the left. That means these two. Can we simplify? No. Unfortunately, there's no simplification in this question. So then what we will do? We will do numerator multiply with the numerator and denominator here multiply with the denominator. And that will give you a 155 over 16, 96. 155 over 96. Definitely we know, as a matter of fact. Yeah. How many 96s can go into 155? Definitely only just a 1. Yeah, just a 1. Yeah, just a 1. Yeah. Then how much is left? Let's quickly do it. 96, 155. If I take away 6, can't do it. Whenever you can't think about it, don't waste your time. Just quickly get it done. That's more better than trying to overload your brain. Yeah. So that gives us a 59 here. So this will be 159 out of 96. That's how that question is done. Ooh, very interesting, isn't it? We have to do the addition here first, and then we will do the division and then the subtraction, isn't it? Let's first make everybody into impropers. Alrighty, let's make everybody into impropers first. Let me tell this guy to go to this corner here. Looks nice then, because I can do all my rough work here. I'm always like, it's always nice if you do a rough work in a corner of your book. Yeah. So then, actually, I wanted to get the straight line. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Yep. Then all the rough and messy work is done here, where this side your teacher can see, or the person who is marking your paper, or examiner, or whoever it is, can see the working out you did nicely and neatly. Yep. Alrighty, let's have a look here. 7 times 5 is a 35. 35 with a 4. 35 plus 4 is a 39 out of 7 plus 5 times 9 is a 45 plus 3. 45 plus 3 is 48 out of 5 divided by 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is a 16 with 6, 22 out of 8, and then minus 4 times 4 is a 16, 16 with a 2, 18 out of 4. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. So then we need to make the denominator same here, isn't it? So let's think about it. Hmm. 7 and 5 will meet each other at 35. Let's do that addition first. So let me say I'm getting this done first here. And then let me work it out. 39 over 7 plus with 48 over 5. Here I will multiply by 7. So up here multiply by 7. Here I will... Oh, I did a oopsie doopsie mistake there. Multiply by 5 here. Multiply by 5. I wanted to make a 35, not a 49. Here I'm going to multiply by 7. Multiply by 7. So here and here will be a 35 and a 35 plus 5 times 9 is a 45. 4 comes to the neighbor. 5 times 3 is a 15 with a 4. 19. 7 times 8 is a 56. 5 goes to the neighbor. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 with a 5. 33. Then when we do the addition, 5 and a 6, 11, 1 comes, and that's a 13, 1 comes, and that's a 5 out of 35. So we get 5, 3, 1. 5, 3, 1 out of 35 divided by 22 over 8 minus 18 over 4. Actually, I can simplify it a little bit. Actually, this 22 over 8 also I can simplify a little bit. I don't know. This question I can write it as like this. This also I can simplify by 2 timetables and write it like this. It will be always nice to write the fractions simplified, then less work. Yeah. Then what we need to do is the division part here. We know division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. So 4 over 11. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. We can't simplify these two. I don't think we can simplify. We can't simplify these two also. We can't unfortunately simplify. So that means we will just multiply them. That will give me a 385 over 4 to 21 times by 2 and 9. These two will meet each other when 30. Oh, sorry. That's a minus there. Now we need to do the takeaway here. Let's go through that part. Let me make this guy a little smaller. And then let me start to do that working out. Yep. So we got a 2124 and 385 minus 9 over 2. Both of them will meet each other. Oh. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 385, multiply by 385. Because definitely I know 2 is a prime number and this is odd number. That's the only place where they will meet each other. So 10, 1 comes to the neighbor, 16, 17, 1 comes to the neighbor, and a 7. While the other thing will be here 8, 4, 2, 4 minus 45. 4 comes to the neighbor. 72 plus 4. 72 Yeah, plus the 4, 76, then 27 plus 7, 34. And then we need to do the takeaway. 8 take away 5, 3, 4 take away 6, can't do it, as from the neighbor. 14 take away 6 is a 8. 1 take away 3, 4, can't do it, as from the neighbor. 11 take away 3, take away 4, I mean, that's a 7. And 3 take away 3 is that much. So you get 783 out of 770. 783 out of 770, and that will give you a 1 whole, left over 13 out of 770. That's the answer there. That's how we do a question like that. Alrighty, that was a little bit of working out, isn't it? Okay, looks like this looks big, but I feel like it's much easier. Much easier. Yeah. Anyway, let me make it straight enough, small enough, so I can bring it to here. And let me rewrite the question in a way which it looks nice. Yeah. 8 times 6, 48. 48 with a 7. 48 with a 7, 55. Out of 8 times by bracket. 3 times 4, 12 with a 2. 14 out of 3. Divide by 5 out of 6. Bracket times by, that's a 8 plus 3 is 11 out of 4 minus, guys, remember, if there's a whole number, yeah, if there's a whole number, yeah, but if it is a fraction question, you can write the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of, yeah, so that's a 1. Now here when I look at it, I can definitely understand. My first step will be the inner bracket here. Let me simplify that inner bracket and write it down. So the first thing is 14 over 3 divided by 5 over 6. As I always say, division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. Then let's start to simplify. There's a simplification here. 4 and 3 can't, 6 and this can't, this and this can't, this and this, yes. 1 and a 2. Alrighty, that gives me an answer of 14 times by 2, that's a 28. And a 1 times 5, that's a 5. 28 out of 5, 28 out of 5. So let's start it. I can write the question. 55 out of 8 multiplied by 28 out of 5. Yeah, multiplied by 11 out of 4 minus 5 out of 1. Now again here, how do we do it? This, and this. Yeah, these two, can we simplify? No. These two? No. These two? Yes. 2 timetable, actually 4 timetables. 4 timetables 2, 4 timetables 7. Then you can't simplify those two. These two? Yes. 5 timetables 1, 5 timetables 11. That's done. Now we can rewrite this question nicely. 11 times 7, 77. 2 times 1, that's a 2, times by 11 over 4 minus 5 out of 1. Now, can I simplify these two? Because multiplication should get done first, right? As Uncle BODMAS says. Yeah? Multiplication should get done first. Can I simplify these? No, 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 no. Hope these two were like up and down, then I could have done the simplification, but that's not what it is. So yeah, so 77 times 11 is going to be a, So 77 times 1 is a 77. 7 comes here. 77 times 1 is a 77. With a 7 is 84. Out of 8 minus, yeah, 5 out of 1. Now, what is the best denominator? Definitely 8. So you will multiply here by 8, multiply here by 8. If you really want to write something here, you can write multiply by 1, multiply by 1. Yeah. 8, 4, 7 over 8 minus 40 over 8. And once you do that, take away, you will get a 807 over 8. How many 8s can go into 800? Definitely a 100 8s. And left over 7 out of 8. The, again, I will remind you, if you have an improper into mixed number, what do? We write a division. How many 8s? 1. How many 8s? 0. How many 8s? 0. Remainder 7. This is the whole value. This is the remainder value, the numerator, and the denominator remains the same. That's how we make it into a mixed number, in case if you forgot about it. Okay. Then the next one. Give me a second, I got a message. I just got a message from one of my students asking a question. Yep. Anyway, let's move on. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Then let's move to the next one. Ooh, that's a little bit of challenge in question again. Off should get done first, but off is at the very end. So after all the brackets. So actually, even though there's a word off there, is that really useful? Not really, because that is the last thing you're gonna do. Anyway. Let me rewrite this nicely. 5 means 5 over 1 times by, this is going to be a 2 times 3 times 2 is a 6 and a 7. 7 out of 3 divided by, that's a 20 plus 2 is 22 out of 5. If there's nothing in between the brackets and the number, that means that's a multiplication, but that multiplication get done first as soon as you finish the bracket here. So that's all good. And then 63 with a 6, 69 out of 7 minus 24 plus 5 is 29 out of 6 plus 2 out of 3. Yeah. So what we need to do first here is we need to get this done first. 69 out of 7 minus 29 out of 6. Multiply by 6 here, multiply by 6 here, multiply by 7 here, multiply by 7. 6 times 9 is a 54. 5 comes to the neighbor, 36, 41, and then 42 here, minus 7 times 63, 6 comes here, 20 over 42, and that will give you a 1 and a 21 out of 42. So we can rewrite this thing, 5 over 1 times by 7 over 3 divided by 22 over 5, that we multiply because there's nothing in the between, that means a multiplication with the 211 over 42, then add with the 2 over 3. Now we will do this part. Out of here, any simplifications? Yes, this and this. 2 times tables 21, 2 times tables, what is this going to be here? 11. That's all. Then we can rewrite it. 5 over 1 multiplied by 7 over 3 divided by, this is going to be a 2, 3, 2, 1, because 2 comes there, 1 comes there, 3 and a 2, yep, over 5 times 21 is a 10 with a 5 plus 2 over 3. Then let's get this division part done. Maybe let's do it here. 7 over 3 divided by 2, 3, 2, 1 over 105. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. Yep. So that will give us a 7 over 3 multiplied by 105 over 2, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. 3 times tables 1, 3 times tables 3 with a 5, 35. Yep. Anything else which we can simplify here? Will this go to 7 times tables? How many 7s can go into here? 3, 2, no. So that's it there. So we will get 5 over 1 multiplied by 7 times 5 is a 35. 3 comes to the neighbor. 7 times 3 is 21. With the 3 is 24. Out of 2321 plus 2 over 3. 2321. That is not divisible by 3. That means the number which they will meet each other will be the multiplication of them. So let's do that part now. Let me say that I'm going to get this done now. Let me take this part, make it a little small so I have a little bit of more space here. Yep. 2, 4, 5 and a 2, 3, 2, 1 with a plus with a 2 over 3. Here you will multiply by 2, 3, 2, 1 multiply by 2, 3, 2, 1. Actually, I might have to make it a little bigger than that. Here, multiply by 3, multiply by 3. When you multiply by 3, it's going to be a 15, 1 comes here, that's a 12, 13, 1 comes here, and that's a 7 over 3, 2, 9, 3, 6, 9, 6. add with this will be a 2 4 6 4 over 3 6 9 6. And once you do the addition, 5 and a 2, that's a 7, 5 and a, 3 and a 4, that's a 7, 7 and a 6, that's going to be a 7 plus 6 is going to be a 13, 1 with the 5 over 6 9 6 3, and that gives us 5 over 1 multiplied by 5377 over 6963. Alrighty. Then what's going to happen is thinking about whether there's any simplifications. Not really. Then our final answer will look like 5 times 7, 35. 3 comes to the neighbor. 5 times 7, 35 with 3 is 38. 3 comes to the neighbor. 5 times 3 is a 15 with a 3 is a 18. 1 comes to the neighbor. 26 here out of 6963. 6963. Yeah. And now let's think about how many 6963s can go in there. This is almost like a 70. Yeah. So 7, 14, 21. I think it's 3 of them. I think it's 3 of them. Yeah. Let's just for fun multiply 6963 by 3. Let's check it. 9, 18, 1 comes here. And that's going to be a 27 with a 1, 28. 2 comes here. And 18, 20. Can we put another 6963 into this? But that will go more than this value. Yeah, that's the best we can go. That's 3 wholes. And here 6963. And then let's do the takeaway here. 5 take away 9, can't do it. Ask from the, let's do the takeaways. That would be much easier. So from the 2 6 8 8 5, you take a 2 0 8 8 9. Can't do it, ask from the neighbor, and that's a 6. Can't do it, ask from the neighbor, that's a 9. Can't do it, ask from the neighbor, that's a 9 and a 5. Yeah, so 5000 9 9 5996. Oh, that was a good question. A little, you need guts to do it, isn't it? Oh, we just did that. Probably it just came up again. Oh, okay, now this is the new question. Okay. Interesting. So what I will do here is, let's first write it down nicely. Then let's start to do it. This will look like a 1825 out of 9 multiplied by, this will be a 10 out of 3 minus 4 over 1 divided by, this will be a 2022 out of 5 minus 31 out of 10 multiplied by 47 out of 8 minus 1 out of 5. Yep. Then let's see here, any simplifications we can do? No, not really. So from here we will get a 250 out of 27 minus. Definitely I can multiply here, say 27 and write it down. So at least one step less. Multiply by 27, multiply by 27 to make the denominator same. Yeah. So that will give me a 27 here. And 4 times 7 is a 28. 2 comes to the neighbor. The 10. Divide by. Here we had to do the multiplication here first. So let me open the bracket, but let me write that down later after doing the simplification here. No simplifications I can do. So this will be a 80. So let's make this into 80 as well. Multiply by 16. Multiply by 16. 352. Because 16 times 2 is a 32. 2 comes here. 3 goes to the neighbor. 16 times 2 is 32. With that 2, 3 is a 35. That's how I did it. And here 31 times 47, I think I might have to work it out. So 47 times by 31, that's a 7 and a 4 and a 0 and a 21, and 12 with a 4, that's a 7 and a 5 and a 4 and a 1. 1 with a 4 with a 5 with a 7. Oh, minus. Now if we do the takeaways here, this will give me a 2, and that will give me a 4 and a 1 over 27 divided by, this will give me a negative number, negative 5, yeah, 0, 1, 1 over 80 minus 1 over 5. Now I will do the division. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. Let the negative be as it is. Yeah. So I will get a 142 over 27 multiplied by negative 80 over 1105 minus 1 over 5. Cool. Any simplifications I can do? Yes, 5 timetable simplification is there, here and here. 5 timetables 16, 5 timetables 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Any other simplifications I can do or think of? Not really. So positive times negative will be a negative answer. 142 times by 16. 6 times 2 is a 12, 1 comes here. 6 times 4 is a 24, 25. 6 times 1 is 6 with this 8, 0, 2, 4, 1. That's a 2 and a 7 and a 2 and a 2. Two and a 2 and a 7 and a 2 over 2, 2, 1 multiplied by 27. That's going to be a 7, 14 and a 15, 0, 2, 4, 4. And that's will give me a nice 5967. 5967 minus 1 out of 5. Again, they will meet each other when you multiply it. multiply by 5, multiply by 5, multiply by 5967, multiply by 5967, and that will give us the denominator of 5 times 7 is a 35, 3 comes to the neighbor, 5 times 6 is 30 with a 3, 33, 3 comes to the neighbor, 5 times 9 is 45 with the 3, 48, 4 comes to the neighbor, 5 times 5 is 25 with the 4, which is 29. And up here you will get a negative first. Yeah, negative, because when positive times negative was a negative answer. This is going to be a 10, 1 comes to the neighbor, 35, 36, 3 comes to the neighbor, 10 with 3 is 13, 1 comes here, and 11 with a minus 5, 9, 6, 7, and let's do the takeaway there. Actually, negative and a negative, it will become more negative, so you will add them up. So 0 and a 7 is a 7, 6 and a 6 is 12, 1 comes here, so it's a 4 and a 9, 13, 1 comes here, 1 and a 1 is a 2, with a 5 is a 7 and a 1 over 29835. Yeah, that's a proper fraction. I don't think there's any more simplifications here. So that is our answer. Yep. So this is the worst or the hardest type of questions which can turn up to us. Yep. Then here we go. We got another question there. Let's do this question and have a break for today. All right. So definitely off will be done first after you do this part. Let me do this part and come really quickly. Let me write it as improper. 6 times 4 is a 24, 26. Out of 6 minus 7 times 5 is 35, 35, 41. 41 out of 7. So multiply here by 7, multiply here by 7, multiply here by 6, multiply here by 6. And that will give you 6 times 7 is a 42. 4 comes to the neighbor. And that's a 14, 18 over, again 42, minus 24 with a 6 over 42. And that will give me a negative 4, 6. Or I could have simplified it a little bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Negative 64. Over 42, which you can simplify by 2 timetables, 32 and a 21. So you will get 7 times by 7 means 7 over 1 times by negative 32 over 21 plus 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17 over 5 divided by 4 over 1, but that multiplication should get done first because it's off multiplication. So 7 timetables 1, 7 timetables 3. That's it. Positive times negative is a negative. 32 over 3 plus 17 over 5. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. And then we will get a negative 32 over 3 plus 17 over 20. Both of them will meet each other at 60. Multiply by 20, multiply by 20, multiply by 3, multiply by 3. And that will give us a negative 640 over 60 here, plus with 1 15 over 60, which will give you a negative. Definitely can't do it as from the neighbor. That's a 9. Can't do it as from the neighbor. That's a 8 and a 5 over 60. How many 60s can go into this? 540, which is a 9. Then 49 out of 60, but negative, because negative is there. So negative 9, 49 out of 60 is the answer there. Now look there, like more you do like these type of harder questions, it becomes easier. Yeah, it becomes easier to simplify and get yourself used to it. Yeah, because end of the day, if we manage to do very hard questions, yeah, it will help us to be very like, definitely we will manage to get easy questions done like within no time. Anyway, I said that we are going to go through, have a break, but I thought about doing a little bit of worded questions as well. So let's have a look at a small question here. Usually, many students don't like worded questions, but the cool thing is worded questions are much easy. Here we go. Michael bought a stack of apples. 1/8 of the stack of apple was green. So that means, wait. So the stack is there. Out of that, green was 1/8. That means what will be the other one? Red, no. Red will be 7 out of 8. Green apple, so 7 out of 8 is red. 1/7 of the red apple was spoiled. So out of that, out of the red, how much was spoiled? Spoiled was from the 7 out of 8, 1/7. 7 to 7 cancel off. That means 1/8 of the whole stack. 1/8 of the reds bad. So from 7/8, if 1/8 was bad, how much is good? The good value will be 7/8 minus 1/8, that is 6/8 is good. I know that we can simplify, but let it be. I will simplify in my last answer. Yeah, this is just a small sketch I draw in any question I get. So then I can quickly put the answers in, because once you show this thing, this is more than enough to show that you know what you're doing. Michael sold the remaining portion of the red apples which weren't spoiled. That means 6 out of 8, which is 3/4. 3/4 he sold. What fraction of the total stack was red? We know 7 out of 8. What fraction of the total amount of apples was sold? Yeah, we know green was sold. Yeah, so 6 out of 8 is sold, and a 1 out of 8, that means 7 out of 8, or in other words, the spoiled was not sold. If the spoiled is 1 out of 8, how much is no, not 1 out of 8, that's 7 out of 8. 7 out of 8 is not sold. There were 400 fruits in the stack that was bought. If Michael sold the unspoiled red apples at 10 rupees per fruit, how much did he earn by selling the apples? Oh, sorry. Michael sold the remaining portion of red apples. So that means he didn't sell his green apples. Probably he kept it for himself. So what fraction of the total amount of apples were sold? 3 sold. 3/4. Only the red apples were sold. So 3/4 was sold. Okay. If there were 400 fruits, yeah, we know the amount which was sold was 3 out of 4. But they are saying that is sold out of the total. But we know actually the total was a 400. That means how much was sold? How many red apples were there? 4 times by 100 is 400, right? So 3 times by 100, which is 300. 300 apples were sold and each red apple was 10 rupees. So 300 multiplied by rupees 10 is 3000. 3000 rupees. Yeah, that's much easier than the questions we did before, right? Next one. A car sale company sells both used and brand new cars. Out of all vehicles in the company, 2/5 were used. So let's write down. Company is there. Used is 2/5. That means new or the brand new is 3/5. Okay, and the rest are brand new. Out of the brand new vehicles, 4/7 were imported from Germany. Out of the new vehicles, Germany, how much? Out of the 3/4, 3/5, 4/7. That is going to be how much? 12 out of 35. 12 out of 35 was imported from Germany, while the rest were from India. So let's make this into to find the India amount. Yeah, we know from the 3/5, 12/5, 35th was from Germany. So let's make this into the same denominator and find the India amount. So it's going to be 21 minus 12, which is 9. 9 out of 34. 9 out of 35 is from India. Out of all vehicles, what fraction of vehicles were imported from Germany? 12 out of 35. Yeah. Once you draw a small table like that or a small diagram like that, these questions are 1000 times easy. If there were 24 German imported brand new vehicles, find the total amount of vehicles that are in the company. So we know that German out of total, what is that fraction? German out of total fraction was 12 out of 35. But they are saying actually the German numerator value or the German value is not really 12, it's a 24. Oh, 12 to become 24, you had to multiply by 2. So here multiply by 2, that's 70. So the total, the total amount of vehicles that are in the company is 70. 70 vehicles are there in the company. Oh, that's it. Alrighty, so that's how a question with this or like fraction type of grade 10 level questions are done. So hope you found it educational and helpful. Yep. If you all need any help with either one of these things, please let me know. You can always contact me. Yeah. These were the questions which I gave as homework. Yeah, for my students back in the very beginning of this year. So these are the answers for those questions and how you should do it. You need to build your stamina definitely for maths. Many people knows how to do the question, but the problem is they don't have the stamina to get it done, but you can do it. Yep, that's what the motivational mindset you should have, that you can do it. And never ever let big numbers get you, like stop you. Never ever let big numbers stop you, because end of the day you got a good brain. Yep. Anyway, have a blessed weekend. Yeah, see you guys.